I have two stops planned for today. The first is a newer thrift store that has just clothing, but they also have a whole line of jewelry. So I'm going to be looking through the jewelry today. And then the second stop is a large antique mall that's near my home. It's beautiful and it's huge. It's one of those malls where there's individual booths. So my goal for today, let's see if I stick with it, is to actually visit every booth and get familiar with who's there and what they offer. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Studio Kimberly, where I curate vintage, fine art, and collectibles. I hope you'll consider subscribing before you leave and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Stick around to the end. I'm going to be doing a car haul today. I'll share what I bought, what I paid, and what I think the market value is. And with that, let's get shopping.
No, it's done.
That's really nice. I'm going to take a look at that. That's $12. Go ahead and pull that off. It's got a tag. Let's see if I can read it. Okay, that was Chico's. So I went in and put that back. I'm looking for vintage, more collectible things than production pieces. This is pretty, but I have a feeling it's faux. Ooh, look at that. Look at that stone there. That's something I'm going to take a look at. This is pretty. Oh, look at the little flowers. I like that. Okay. Take a look at this one. See what it says. I'm wondering if this is just faux. We can usually tell by the clasp. Yeah, this is just, wants to look old, but it's really not. Oh, here's a little crystal piece right here. Probably not very good quality though. This one, kind of curious about that. I'm just scanning the case. There's a glass-colored necklace in the back. See that right there? It's $45. That's pretty. Probably not a price that will work for me. This one in front here, that one right there, that is really beautiful, but I think it's missing a stone. That was here when I was here last time, but I might take a look at that. And then there's the cuff right there. I might want to take a look at this one too. Down here, oh, look at, it's a pretty set. Probably faux pearls, but it's pretty nonetheless. That's interesting. And then look at the pearls there. Those are pretty. And then down on the bottom. And the very bottom. I think I'll look at this at the very end. If I haven't really found much of anything, then I'll take a look at the case. So I have a little hat here with all the things I'm going to check. I've got my loop and I've got a little flashlight. So I'm going to go through all of these. I'm only about, a little less than halfway done looking through all the jewelry. So let's see if I find anything here. And stick with me. I'm going to do a car haul towards the end. And also anything I pick up today will be available at StudioKimberly.com. Now we're heading into the second stop. I went through and touched every single piece of jewelry at that last place. And stick with me, I'll show you what I got towards the end. So this is the huge antique mall I was telling you about. And I have just done a really quick sort of pass through here. And today I'm hoping to pretty much get to know each booth and figure out what it is they specialize in, because this is really close to my house and it'd be lovely if I had a place to come and check out what's new so close. So let's take a look. Primarily what I'm looking for is vintage decor items, jewelry, collectibles. So we'll take a look. So right up front, here's some jewelry. We've got some turquoise and gemstone rings. There's a coral ring for $65. And then an onyx pendant for $50. So some pretty pieces. Some pretty pieces in here. Almost a whole display of blue glads here. Isn't that pretty? Oh, look at the little birds. Aren't those cute? That's pretty. Oh, look at this. I love little boxes like this. This is sweet. It's $24. Oh, I love this color. This periwinkle color. There's even a little area where they have canned foods and goods. Amish made pickled baby beets. Amish made hot garden salsa. Tomato jam. Ooh, tomato jam? I've never even heard of that. Plum jam, traffic jam. Now that's perfect. This looks mostly to be antiques. Oh, look at these. It's pretty. Waterford crystals set up two. How much was that? $47. Oh, look at this box. I love this. It's like a little organizer. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that. Let's see. It's definitely vintage. Doesn't have a price. There's another box. Abalone inlay. Here's a jewelry case. Most of it looks to be costume jewelry. Some interesting pieces. Okay, this is funny. This is a little guy in a tub. Isn't that cute? That's a handmade piece. Somebody was having a good time with that one. Here's a display of clear hobnail glass. And then down below is some Christmas. More hobnail down towards the bottom. Oh, and this guy has a collection of knives. and small little bottles. Look at how beautiful all this colored glass is. Isn't that just so very pretty? He's got hobnail and fiesta ware. Really pretty. Oh, these are fun. It's a little set. Very cute. I love that glass. Isn't that pretty? Really nice. How much is that? $49.99. I love this little trinket box. Isn't that just so sweet? It's got a butterfly in the top and it opens up. I love that. I'm gonna think about that. Isn't that pretty? $12.99. Here's another one, trinket box. I don't like that one as well. Oh, look at this is a brass one. Ooh, I like that. Oh, and it opens on a little hinge. Ooh, that's cool. That's $10. I love that. Okay, I'm going to think about that one too. I love that. It's really light, but it's beautifully carved. So this is a booth that just does folk art. Isn't it cute? All kinds of folk art, and it smells just like pumpkins in here. Here's a couple of brass hanging lamps. Those are very cool. So one is $75. They're both $75. So this is a cute booth. She's really done a good job in here. Whoever it is, he or she. Christmas is still up. And then the neighbor booth, probably over here. You can tell just a difference in style. So a lot of red glass. Oh, and old. It reminds me of childhood. Cornflower blue. It's the next day. I ended up only getting halfway through the bottom level of the antique mall and I ran out of time. Honestly, I think it's going to take me 4 or 5 hours to go through that whole antique mall, and I didn't find anything. There just wasn't the type of thing at the price point I was looking for. So skedaddled out of there. And today, I've got 2 stops. I'm going to be going by a thrift store that I really love. It's in my neighborhood. Has good stuff from time to time at good prices. And then there's a little jewelry section of another thrift shop sort of down the street that I'm going to pop in. I have seen it really briefly, but haven't spent any time there, so I want to go there today. So with that, let's go shopping and stick around to the end because I'm going to be doing a car haul today.
Tear that other, that white building there?
That one probably was next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one that was a tire shop?
That's right next to the radio shop right there.
Oh, okay.
Just go down the side of my car. Just go down the side of my car. He's probably between me and the lawn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's around 301 and 44, but then I saw him do one.
Oh my gosh.
These are vintage wine glasses. Aren't they cute? They're from Libby. It's got that metallic leaf pattern on them. So there's 6 in the set. These are really pretty.
Big guy.
And it is
Big guy.
$15 for the set of 6. And then down here, these little cut crystal glasses were here last time. That's $60 for the set.
One day,
Right, I tried complaining at one time. Yeah, it didn't work right. The dog didn't want to look at me.
I'm gonna play golf in a couple hours.
Oh, there you go. It's gonna be a
How
good.
bad can it be?
It's gonna
Old Singer sewing machine.
the week is gonna be a little chilly for that.
Oh,
Oh, and look, here's a box of parts. I bet you there's somebody out here who needs the parts that are in here. Isn't that funny?
then I'm done for a week.
Oh, that's half a week already gone.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Little birds, $2.
The weather isn't too bad. They say it's gonna be cold tomorrow, but everybody has their idea of cold. You know,
Yeah, that's all relative, right? If you're in Vermont, it'd be bad.
50 degrees, here it's freezing.
Here's a brass candle holder.
It's gonna be out there.
Set of 2, $15, but there's only one here. The other one must have skedaddled.
And flatline boots, they don't come out.
This is kind of cool. This is a tortoiseshell
But it's just
wicker basket, like a magazine basket, or you could put towels in it. So it's $10. And I actually kind of like the fact that, you know, it looks a little aged. I think it's more interesting that way.
Okay,
So
thank you so much.
here's what it looks like. I like that.
Let me tell her.
What else is here? So a decanter up at the top, and more wine glasses. So the Christmas stuff is getting picked over. This was just chock full a couple weeks ago. So I don't know if they're putting it away or if people are just buying it. Oh, you know what it is? There it is. People are packing it up for next year. Hmm. Oh, this is interesting. This is a Victorian from Holland. Yep, there's the mark right there. So does it open? It must, because they have this underneath the lid. That's $25.
Yes, ma'am. I'm waiting for the insurance company to call me if the amount that I.
Oh, the pillows. Look at this one. That's kind of cool. What is that? Is that that's cross stitch? I think. Is that cross stitch? You guys tell me in the comments if that's cross stitch. I don't think it's needlepoint.
That's okay, I'm used to it. We've never made a claim, this first claim ever. Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah. But it Safe Point. They're out of,
So here down at the bottom, this is a handmade ceramic piece.
so.
They have it marked at 18.
We had the, whole.
You know, I just don't really care for the glaze on that. Usually I love handmade ceramics. That's just not one of my favorites. Look at those bowls. I love that glaze. Aqua soup bowls. So they're $3 each. Okay. For some reason, I find this fascinating. It's called Angel Cube. It's $3. And can you see that? Can you see that carving inside there? It's like I have a little angel with wings. I don't know if I like it or not. What do you guys think? Can you see it in there? I'm going to turn it. See? Wow. I have never Look at that. There you go. I have never seen anything like that. That's so interesting. Now we're in the appliance section. I'll tell you what, if you want something for your kitchen, this is the place to go. These are kind of pretty. Frankoma. I like that glaze. Frankoma pottery. 3 bowls at $18. Well, it must be someone for them to be priced like that. It's pretty glaze. Looks nice. There's a handmade cup. That's pretty. I like that. I like that glaze. And it's signed. I don't know, you guys. I might have to get that. Pottery mug, $4. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. I just think it's really pretty. I love the way the glaze goes from the light turquoise down to the cobalt. Pretty. Here's another set of that vintage glassware. Something about these, I just love them. I just think they're so fun. So this is a set of 10 tumblers for $18. I actually think that's a great price for those tumblers. And they look like they're in really good shape. So it's called Starlight, Starlyte. I like that. That's pretty. And you can get it with a doll right next to it. Oh my gosh, you guys. You got to see this. Oh, this is so funny. Look at this. It's a beadwork dog in purple. Oh my gosh. Isn't he sweet? In a little basket for $3. I might have to get that. That is so funny. Somebody out there has that kind of dog. Isn't that cute? So kitschy. So this is the warehouse space in the back. I have never been in here before. I've looked at it, but I've never walked back here. So we'll take a look today. So apparently this is where the oversized donations come in. That is a very, very cool magazine rack. It's all wood. Very cool. Solid. I wonder how much that is. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything. It's heavy. Isn't that nice? I really like that. So here's a table with really interesting chairs. All wood table. So it's wood table with 4 chairs for $225. I think that's a great bargain. Those are very cool chairs. And more artwork out here. There's not a lot of wall space in the main building. Look at that. If that was an original, that'd be spectacular. Very pretty. I'm at the last stop of this trip. This is a very popular thrift store in my area. And there's actually 3 buildings, a home and decor, dishes building, and then a men's clothing building, and this is the women's clothing building. I have been in the homeware section quite a bit. I haven't spent much time over here in the women's department, but the reason I'm here today is because they're one of the few thrift stores in the area that really has some jewelry. So I'm going to go ahead and poke through the jewelry here for a little while. I'm probably going to be touching everything because touching it often is the way that I figure out if it's any good or not. So I'm going to feel all the jewelry here. That actually feels kind of good. And see if I can come up with anything that I think is really cool and absolutely I need to come home with. I'm back. I did touch every single piece of jewelry, I'm pretty sure, in that whole display, and I'll show you what I picked up. There's a sleeper in there that I'm kind of excited about, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But remember when we first started this, I went to the thrift store that is now for clothing that has the jewelry department, and I found actually two things. It's a set of necklace and earrings, and they have it marked as goldstone necklace. This is not goldstone. Goldstone is very different. I'm pretty sure this is adventurine. It's a beautiful necklace, very vintage. Look at that clasp. Isn't that the coolest clasp? And you can tell it's really quality because it's knotted. So this is an old vintage adventurine necklace, and the weight is really, really good. They had it as a set. I'm not really a matchy person. Are you a matchy person? Like, would you want the set? I will probably list them separately over at StudioKimberly.com. So the earrings were $8, and you can tell they're the old wire style of earrings. And then the necklace was $15. So super excited about this. I love the natural elements of the stone. Next up, at the thrift store I went to just this morning, I didn't really find that much. I did pick up this mug just because I love it so much. The color is so pretty and it's hand thrown, has a little signature, artist signature. So it's NEBER 2018. So that's pretty sweet. And it was $4. So I went ahead and picked it up. I love this mug. I hope I can give it away. I hope that I can rip it out of my hands and put it up in the shop because it's really pretty. And then the other little thing I picked up is I just picked up two glass candle holders. I create large sets of these so that you put them out on a tabletop, 7 or 9, and they look really fabulous. These were only $1 a piece, so I just couldn't pass them up. And then at the jewelry counter I just went to, where I touched every piece of jewelry, for me, I can look at it and I can tell if it's not a keeper or, not interesting at all. If it's interesting, I need to touch it. I need to feel it, to feel the stones, to feel the weight. These two bangles I picked up, and I went in there and I didn't have my loop. This one has some little stones right there. Each of these has a mark, but I don't know what the mark is yet because I didn't have my loop with me. Isn't that pretty? They're both they feel really good. The weight is right. The finish is right. I don't know. I just have a feeling that, at the very least, these are beautiful costume jewelry bangles. Here, let me put them on for you. You can see how good they look. Isn't that just, I love these. They just look so good. And this little, the beading of the metal right there is really pretty. And this one has the stones right here. So I really liked these. These were $2 each. And then this one, you guys, I think this is a sleeper. This is a pendant that you could put on a chain, and I paid $4. I paid $4 for this. But look at that. Look at that work there and the detail. I think this is really vintage, and I think this is a quality piece of jewelry. Look at the back. That looks, it feels like silver to me, and that work there, that detail work, I'm wondering if I can get it to focus. That detail work, I think that's old, and I think it's vintage, and I think it's a nice piece. I don't know what this stone is. I'm going to have to research it, but I think this is a good one. That's what I have from 2 days of thrifting. You don't always find 20 good things, but I do feel like I found a few good things here. Everything that you see in this video will be listed up at StudioKimberly.com. That'll be listed in the description box down below. The link is down there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Again, I'm Kimberly with Studio Kimberly. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.